Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So good news, Roundhill distributions have just been announced, and while some of these funds have been absolutely crushing it, and the distributions are evidence of that. Some of them are absolutely flying. HOOW, $2.18, COI, so that's the Coinbase one, $1.15. Even MSTW's up this week, 83 cents. What else is doing well? AVGW. AMDW. AMD's been flying, hasn't it, this week on that news of OpenAI, ChatGPT kind of partnerships. So $1.19 this week. A lot of these are over 100% yield percentages. So MSTW, I believe, is over 100%. It's about 130%. Similar with Coinbase, similar with HOOW. So if you're holding these ones, congratulations. We're getting paid the big bucks this week. Let's go. So that's what we're going to be just talking about today, just going over these distributions. But before we kind of go into that a bit more, obviously I've already mentioned them, but here's a disclaimer. This is obviously not financial advice. This is just for education and entertainment purposes only. This is based on my thoughts as I navigate my own personal investment journey. All investments incur risk. And please, please, please always do your own research before investing into any of these high yield income ETFs. Okay, so obviously this is awesome. Now, I know what you're thinking. You haven't seen an email come out from Roundhill about these funds, about these distributions. How do you know it's real? Well, this is real. So shout out to the Dividend Hook. They release this information as soon as it gets released by Roundhill themselves. On the Roundhill's website. So Dividend Hook, shout out to them. Go check them out on X or Twitter. I follow them. They're great. They have a website. They do all sorts of cool stuff. Keep you informed about high yielding income ETFs. And all they do is they aggregate this from the website to update their community on the distributions that we're getting for this week. So this is, of course, announced today on Friday, and we'll be getting paid this on Tuesday with ex-div date being on Monday. So how do you know that these are real and not estimates? Well, you go to the Roundhill website, you click on any of these. So Coinbase has done really well. So you go to Coinbase one, COIW, and you can see here distribution rate of 129%. It's absolutely smashing it. And then if you go down, you'll see the dates for these. So distribution calendar and the distribution amount. So it's $1.15 this week. You'll see this is declaration day and the X date and the pay date, 15th. So getting paid on the 15th of October, $1.15, which equates to 129% distribution rate. So amazing stuff. And then if you go to WeeklyPay ETFs, you can see these are all the ones that Roundhill have for their WeeklyPay ETFs, and you can go to any of them. Who's been absolutely crushing it. That's 134% distribution rate this week. And then you come down here, you can double check that those figures are correct. Here we go, $2.18 to be paid on the 15th of October, which will be on Tuesday, I believe. So that's how you can double check that these figures are correct as per the Dividend Hook post, which they post on X or Twitter. And yeah, it just saves you having to wait all that time because I think Roundhill don't post the actual distributions in an email or in a tweet until much, much later in the day. This way you get the information much quicker. So obviously great news. Some of these are absolutely smashing it. So for me, this is what I've got. I hold Robinhood. So that's just a $2.81. That's over 100%, 130%, I think. AMDW, that's been flying much better than last week. As you can see, Robinhood was much more than last week as well. Doing really well for me. Now, this is where it's getting interesting. We're getting into the kind of Bitcoin, crypto, exciting times. October is supposed to be a really good month for Bitcoin and crypto. It's called October in the community. It's been a bit volatile over the last few days, but November and December looking very good. And the dividends, the distributions are starting to show this. You'll see Coinbase. So that's $1.15 when it was only 53 cents last week. So these, you can see, they fluctuate quite a lot every week, depending on how the fund's doing over that past week. So really interesting to see how these are stacking up. Look, MSTW is almost double from last week, as did Coinbase one. AMZW, that's the Amazon one. PLTW, that's remained consistent with last week. And actually NVDW, Nvidia's down a little bit, probably on that news of AMD. So really good result for me. That's over $4,000 in Australian net that I'll be making in income this week. So great distributions from Roundhill. Well done, Roundhill. Loving Roundhill. Still reinvesting a lot of my distributions into these Roundhill ETFs, especially the Coinbase one, MSTW one. I think that's really undervalued right now. I think MicroStrategy will have an excellent Q4. Not a crystal ball, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But yeah, this is just really good news to have on a Friday. And it looks like we'll be getting, if you're holding these, congratulations, we'll be getting a decent income, decent distributions this week. So this week. So just thought I'd leave that with you. Hopefully you get this information early, but you can always go and check out dividendhook.com or their account on Twitter to find out all this information. They have loads of other information about high yielding ETFs. They have like a leaderboard here, so they'll update this soon, and it shows you what's yielding a lot. So this is the GRANITESHARES. These are all GRANITESHARES. They've been releasing loads of funds recently, and this will then get updated with the Roundhill ETFs and there's distribution. So it looks like the Roundhill and GRANITESHARES will be topping the table this week. But like I said, just a really good source of information. So yeah, just thought I'd share that with you. Let me know what you think about those distributions. If you're holding them, congratulations. And yeah, let's see how they compare to YIELDMAX's announcement of their monthlies turning into weekly distributions. And let's see what they're going to be paying next week in their first distribution, which I believe is happening next week. So let's see how they compare. It's an exciting time, interesting time to see how this battle between all these high yielding ETF companies shape up and how it kind of pans out. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Please give me a like and a subscribe. I'm not great at asking for all that stuff, but yeah, cheers for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.